Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Blues Society of Central Pennsylvania virtual jam, where we continue the tradition of 22, probably almost 23 years now of jams on Thursday night and listening to and making blues music. I'm Kathy Gregoire, president of the Blues Society, and tonight your jam host will be our treasurer, Rocky, or known as Gary Rothrock, and Carrie Baker will be on Facebook as the Facebook host. So we have some real exciting talent on tonight. The first person on tonight will be Rose Hudson, who many of you know in the region. Uh, and then we will have Taz Crew on with us. Many of you were at the last Christmas party for the Blues Society, and he kept us all dancing uh, for the whole time. So I'd like to start out tonight with Blues Talk with Rose Hudson. And let me just get you on here, Rose.
I got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Hello.
Hi, Rose.
Hello. How are you? How's everybody?
Great. Um, we've had a chance to talk a little bit beforehand here and earlier this evening. I've been listening to you singing for a long time and in a lot of different kinds of settings. So I'd like to just hear a little bit about your history with the blues and with music.
Oh, okay. I like with blues. Wow. I would say, I guess my going back to singing with I it was when was a little kid. I don't remember really hearing blues as much as a child. My mom is from Puerto Rico, so I would hear all of the Latin influence, and
Hmm.
then her and my dad were real big fans of soul music at that time. James Brown, um, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight and the Pips. So that was what I listened to in the household, and I think things kind of spread out a little bit once I started school. I went to Catholic school, so what do you do at Catholic school and sing arias, things like the Hallelujah chorus and all things like that, So, and then then the 70s. That's when I started school, and then like I said, we didn't hear. I don't remember. Well, my mom didn't really listen to blues, and I don't remember my dad listening to blues. They were into that R&B, and my mom loved the Latin music, but you know the radio was always on, and as a child I remember she would put on these dance shows for me, probably keep me kind of occupied because I was, as a little kid you're all over the place. But I remember American Bandstand, and I would listen, and Soul Train. So you know
Hmm.
I didn't think of myself, I wasn't didn't think of myself as a singer, and just loved listening to all different kinds of music. And then in the 70s, it's you turn on the radio and you hear things like a little bit of everything from R&B or soul music to classic rock. I think one of my favorite songs that I remember first hearing when I was about 10 years old was when Fleetwood Mac came out, and I think Stevie Nicks had just joined the band. and
Yeah.
and I, to this day, it's like it was one of my favorite bands. But I just it just grows from there. I just never thought of myself as a blues singer. Um, wasn't until I got older, and I just my kids were getting older, and I used to sing in bands. I sang in a band called Sunburst, and they were more like a R&B band when I was a teenager, and then I became a mother, had kids, and then as the kids got older, I met a friend, and they're like, "Well, you got to come to these jam sessions in Lancaster." And I think at the time the jam sessions were being held at it was a jazz club, but Brock Werner was hosting those. And Brock Werner started the blues jam over at the Cherry's Jubilee. And
Mm-hmm.
then that's where blues started for me. I didn't know anything about blues. They're like, "Can you sing some blues?" I'm like, um, but I don't know. I'm like, the only thing I remember hearing was Mel Carter singing the Chameleon commercial, um, or the Angelique commercial. I could bring home the bacon, fried up in a pan. That was my exposure to blues as a kid. So I'm like, yeah, I said I gotta look into this. I was up one night and Eric Clapton was on Saturday Night Live and he was singing this song and I'm like, "Oh, you want me to do something like that?" Okay. Went to the next jam session, came up with some lyrics and I just like something I started off but I couldn't remember all the words. And Steve Davis is playing the guitar and I said, "Can you do something like a slow blues kind of thing?" And I had to sing him a couple bars and that's where it took off. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm singing. I'm just gonna make it up. And I guess it started from there, the rock, funk, and blues jam. Because the night before would be the jazz jam. I went to the jazz jam. Of course, did not really know any jazz because I'm like, well, I know summertime. Can you jazz up summertime? That's about it. So, as the jazz jam started waning, the rock and funk and blues took off. And so that went from Cherry's Jubilee over to the Alley Cat to, all over. And that's where I got started. It's where um I met a guy who was in the band. He says, "I like to see if you could be a female singer in my band. Would you like to join the band?" I'm like, "Okay." So we practice upstairs in this guy's house. Me and about four other guys. We never really got out to play anywhere. But every Tuesday we get up there, and they were all over the place. But one of the first blues songs um, that I learned, well, one of the second was Gary Moore's. Was it Gary Moore? Um, uh, oh gosh, I can't. I know this. I know the song because I. It was just a. It was a weird tune. It was weird to me at the time, but then it's still singing the blues or something. Do you know what that is? Gary
I,
Moore. I don't
I
know.
couldn't sing it for you,
I
but
can't remember.
Still got the blues for you.
Um. Yeah, still got the blues. It's called Still Got the Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Scott said, "I don't care what song you sing, just you got to sing this one." I said, "Okay." But we never got out as a band. And then I met Jimmy,
Phipps.
Jim Phipps. Oh my gosh. And he had a he had his group called Blue Light Special. And he asked me, "Hey, come check out my band and come up and sing." I said, "Okay." And then that's where things got started. So,
Yeah.
and Jimmy introduced me to a lot of blues music that I was like, "Wow, where was I when all this music?" It's a shame that it's not part of the school curriculum. It really is. And I mean, I was glad to be able to bring it to my children to listen to
Mm-hmm.
because it's just sad. It's it and my parents didn't care for it, but they weren't musicians. They just played whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like I had music lessons or anything. If I sang somewhere, or I was in chorus and choir when I was in high school. So like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I sang you know, choral music, operatic type music. I wanted to be an opera singer at one point in high school.
Yeah.
And then came the blues. So I guess that's kind of like where things started.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so do you have any particular blues singers that um,
Ooh.
really that you really like to, their music?
Coco Taylor.
Hmm.
Um, there's a
Oh yeah,
song that she did that Mother Nature, Big Mama Thornton. I mean, those are women that were just, Big Maybell.
yeah,
You know, it's like those songs need to be pulled out, in my opinion, because I don't listen to any of the new music today. I can't take it. If I listen to anything, it's jazz or blues, but I'm not listening to anything else.
yeah.
And it's you really, for me, it's like that. It's like sitting down with a Bible and reading the Bible. That's how you have to take that music in and really um, soak it all in and understand what people were doing with the instruments. Because I'll listen to the singer, but after a while, I put the singer's voice to the side and I listen to what the piano player's doing, what the drummer's doing, the bass and guitar, um, because I didn't know, I'm not good with timing, so it's like, well, you know, a, a musician would ask me, what's your tempo, what's your key? I'm like, did you hear that record? Just like they did it, you know. So I got on the job training real quick from some of the musicians. Like, is it like this? Or they'll pick something, and I'm like, that's not it. It's So I know I had to learn real fast. Okay, you got to know what to tell people what you want. In
Hmm.
your mind, you're like thinking, I want it to do the song like this, and they're doing something totally different that I am not happy with. So you have to. It's learning how to finagle your way through music and trying to express to other people what you're feeling,
Hmm.
how you want to present the song.
Hmm.
And I'm more of a person that, like, if I think of the take the opera type experience and put it into a blues song, that's how I want to sing. I want to sing a song that goes, that I'm tearing my guts out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Your heart's been broken and all this, and you want to pull all of that negativity out of you and just throw it at somebody else. And that's to me, to me, that would be the ultimate blues song.
Yeah.
So I guess I have to write that song. I've yet to write that song.
Yeah. Well, the whole blues experience, I mean, it really is vocal in terms of how it
Mm,
started out. So you're just, I mean, you kind of embody that because that's the tool that you use for expressing yourself and is the vocal part. And, the instruments can imitate that, but, uh,
mm.
for you, it just, comes from really deep within. And so I'm really looking forward to hearing some of your music, and if you're like ready to
Oh,
sing for us
well,
now, or is there anything else you want to?
um, um, I don't know. I don't think there's too much more. I mean, just if I'm looking at a couple of artists that I, there's another artist that I really love was Queen Bee. Queen
Oh
Bee
yes,
in a Blue Hornet band, and it's
yeah.
just not enough that's said about these artists that are not mainstream.
Hmm.
This was a woman and her band with so much talent
Yeah.
that it's like I have this, talk with my kids and grandkids, and it's like, you're listening to this and you think that's talent. Listen to Queen Bee. I mean, my
Yeah.
daughter, my granddaughter, she's 16 now, and she learned the song "I Put a Spell on You."
Oh.
And to see her at 2 years old, she is belting this song out. But Queen Bee did a version of it that I love, absolutely love. So I guess I could start off with that.
That would be great.
Okay. I put a spell on you because you're mine. Ooh, you better watch the things you do. No, I ain't lying. No, I ain't lying. I can't stand it. You're running around. I can't stand it 'cause you put me down. I put a spell on you because you're mine. Oh, mine. Well, that's a little bit of the Queen Bee's
Queen
version of
Bee,
I put a
yeah,
spell on you.
yeah. Wow.
There's one that I love that Coco Taylor did called Mother Nature, and I'm just I just love this one too because it's so funny. But it's she's just telling people don't mess with my man. It's you're gonna have a problem. So I'm just gonna take it from like the second verse. I got up early this morning. I had loving on my mind. Would have found me someone else, but I'm not the cheating kind. So I'm giving you fair warning. Every word I say is true. If you got my man, turn him loose. If you know what's good for you, don't mess with Mother Nature. 'Cause you'll be sorry if you do. Oh, I'll rain on your parade. And I'll stomp all over you. So, little bit of, yeah, a little
Oh,
bit
Coco
of
Taylor.
Coco
That's
Taylor.
awesome.
That's great.
So, that's so funny because at the time, now, you talk about unknown singers, and anybody remember Eva Cassidy?
Yeah, oh
Oh
yes. I
yeah.
have several of her
And
CDs.
so it was her version of Stormy Monday that I learned.
Wow.
Oh
Because of
yeah.
course I don't know any blues artists at that time. And Matt Lauer, it was right after 9/11, and I'm up one night because there's planes flying over my house and everything after that incident happened. And there was this Matt Lauer had did a expose or just this thing about uh, Eva Cassidy, and talked about the life of Eva. And, she wasn't the type of person that was gonna let anybody control what she wanted to do with music.
Yeah.
Um, she liked a lot singing a lot of different music from R&B to, gospel, soul, blues, jazz. And she didn't want to be, corralled into one type of music. And she did different genres of music, but she did it very well. But when she sang blues, wow. And her version of Story Me Monday, I'm like, I'm gonna learn that version. And when I go back to the jam session, I'm gonna sing it. I'm like, this will be the one blues song I can actually do. But oh, I just love it. So I'll do my version, my tribute to Eva Cassidy doing
Okay.
old blues standard, Stormy Monday. Okay. They call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. They call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Wednesday is worse, and Thursday's oh so sad. The eagle flies on Friday. Saturday, I go out to play. The eagle flies on Friday. Saturday, I go out to play. Sunday, I go to church. Ooh, that's that's when I get down on my knees and I pray. I say, Lord, have mercy. Ooh, have mercy on me. Oh, 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 oh. Have mercy on me. Don't you know I've been trying to find my baby. Won't somebody please bring him on home to me? So, there you go.
All right.
Thank you, thank you.
Beautiful.
It's one of my favorite songs that you do. So, Rose, I was just thinking, I was just remembering about, because you had mentioned about Alley Cat, and I was remembering seeing you there with musicians from Denmark.
A friend of mine, Doug, his friend who Lessa was and still is a liaison for musicians in Denmark between the Music Forbund. And so I guess he's the liaison. It's like a big union for musicians in Denmark. So he was in town visiting, and he got up and played a song and thought I knew it, and I'm like, I don't know that song. Well, we did something, we had a good time and laughed about it. And then I saw Doug a few weeks later, and I'm like, it was really fun meeting your friend. And I said, do they play blues in Denmark? He's like, are you kidding? They love the blues in Denmark. I said, I would love to go to Denmark one day. He's like, really? He said, let me call my friend Lessa. That's how I ended up in Denmark. I ended up singing. He hooked me up with the Ken Lending Blues Band. So I met Ken Lending at a Christmas party that they had, and of course he's like, "What blues songs do you do?" I'm like, "Okay, I might know a few now." No, by then I had been. I think I was already singing with Jimmy Phipps band, so by then it's like, okay, we could do this song. It's like, do you want to do any soul music? I'm like, what? Oh, well, we could do the staple singers, between the I know a place, ain't nobody crying. Well, that went over very well with the crowd and everything. So, that was a relationship that took off that, to this day we're good friends. Ken came, my friend John McGovern had Jam Studios at the time, and we recorded a live album called, Rose and Friends. Remember the name of the album? I should have the CD. Like, oh yeah, it was this one. But it was Annie. We recorded at Annie Bailey's in Lancaster, and we had such a good time. We had such a good time. But what happened was I went there. I sang at the blues festival in Denmark, and then the musicians, their company paid their way to come to the United States if they had 3 or more gigs. So I booked like a total of 10 gigs for us to go out and play, and we had a blast.
Yeah.
He couldn't bring his whole band, but it was Ken Lending and his keyboard player Henning Berner, who play on my album. And Henning, when I first met Henning, which was in Denmark, and I'm still learning things about blues. I mean, they taught me things about blues, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. But of course our education here on blues is limited, but I'm listening to this man playing. It's like, I hear gospel. And I turn around, and it's Henning, and he's looking at me like, didn't think I could play it as well, did you? I'm like, oh my gosh. Henning. Oh, I love Henning. Probably one of the best piano players I've met. I mean, and now I've met so many, but Henning was awesome, and to hear Ken play when I went to Denmark, he played a couple different guitars for me. One may have been a steel guitar. I know people talk about their steel guitars and things, but I'm just enthralled. I mean, I bought myself a guitar. I have yet to sit down and have the courage to learn how to play it, but but yeah, I went to Denmark twice. Got a chance to sing at the blues festival, and we had a great time.
Do you remember any? I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you remember any songs you did with them?
Oh, people get ready.
Or
I
people?
did people. We did people get ready. My voice went out. It was so funny, and it's so funny because when you listen to the audiences there, or when the audiences come and they listen to the musicians, they have the most reverent respect for musicians. Nowadays you'll go to a club, or before COVID, you go to a club and a blues band will be playing, and people are dancing wild or having conversations, and they don't do that there. They're like quiet. You can't hear a pin drop in the room, and they give the musicians the total respect of
Yeah.
just listening. They just listen while you go up there and pour your heart out. One of the songs I did with them, oh boy, let me see. The Thrill Is Gone. I think we did The Thrill Is Gone on my album.
Ooh.
The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away. You know you done me wrong. You'll be sorry someday. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone for good. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone for good. I know I should be over you, just like a good woman should. Oh, well, I'm free, 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 free. Free from your spell. I'm free, oh baby. You know I'm free. Free from your spell. Even though I know I'll still live on, all I can do is wish you well. Thank you.
Whoa.
So that brings back so many memories of so many bands of people that I perform with. So
Yeah.
wow.
Good.
Wow. So yeah. So
Was there was one too? I was trying to think of the name of it. I'm not always good with names of it. Um, about witchy or poison or
I put a spell on you.
I put a spell on you.
I put a spell on you. Oh, but Queen Bee and the Blue Hornet Band did that song, and I got a chance to meet Mark Ross a few years ago, and he was the lead, the guitar player in that band, and I just wanted to get his opinion. I had a CD that Jimmy had recorded one night. And I'm like, I just want you to hear this because I've never met Queen Bee, but I just feel as though I know her through her music. I just really, I had a lot of respect for her music and for the band's music. They were awesome musicians. Yeah, the I Put a Spell on You is one of my favorites. Here it goes. I put a spell on you because you're mine. Ooh, you better stop the things you do. No, I ain't lying. That's not I put a spell on you. That you mean I'm under your spell. That was I put a spell
Yeah.
on you. The other one was called I'm under your spell. Sorry about that. Oh, it's been a long time. So it's funny doing two different songs because Jimmy would say, "Which song?" You know, Oh yeah. So and this one, um, I put a spell on you, or I'm under your spell
Under
because she
yourself.
sang both
Yeah.
of them. I'm under your spell. I know it ain't good. I should leave him alone. I would if I could. Can't explain it. I don't know where to start. I can feel what it's doing, but I can't chase him from my heart. Each night he leaves me. I swear be the last time. But like an old luck gambler, I go back for one more try. No, I know he don't love me, 'cause I'm his part-time thrill. I watch him stalk me, then he moves in for the kill. Oh, slip slide. Oh, that's wow. I had to kind of remember the words of this song. That's one of my favorite songs, but it's like I get carried away, and it's like, whoa, that's taking me somewhere. Wow, but
That's good. Take
that
us.
was one.
Take
I'm
us
under your
with you.
spell.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not I put a spell on you, which it did earlier.
Hey, they're like.
I'm like, yeah,
Uh, so I'm just saying this past year or last year, 2019, seems so long ago now. Um, we did the Backyard Blues CD. Um, the Blues Society of Central Pennsylvania Backyard Blues. And you sang with Barrel House, Charlie
yeah.
Barrel House group. And um, I mean, I love that cat song.
The outside cat.
Yeah.
Baby, won't you let me be your outside cat? I don't have the words in front of me right now because I haven't had any gigs, so I haven't been rehearsing, and
Yeah. And
yeah.
what
But
was
that
what
was
was the other song? I can't.
that one. Oh gosh, I just had it on here. I just looked at it the other day. Um.
I should know it too. I'm dumb.
Do you have it, Rock? Rock.
Rocky'll get it. He's got it right
Yeah.
here.
Oh, the blues will burn you.
That's it.
The blues will
Blues
burn
will
you.
burn you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Those were fun. That was
Yeah.
I didn't write those songs. They had asked me if I would be willing to do some song tunes that were original, and I'm like, well, I don't really have any songs in my head right now that I've written
Yeah.
down. But I said, let me get in touch with my friend John McGovern, and John McGovern was a bass player for Barrel House Blues, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Charlie, all right, has a couple of songs." I'm like, "Great, hey, let's do these," and that's what
Yeah.
happened. You
Yeah.
know,
That was great having you on the CD.
that was boy that and when we did that blues picnic, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
man, that was so much fun. That drummer, I still have that drummer gave me his card. And I'm like, I keep losing his card. But we just had such a good time. Everybody was fantastic. Rocky, you played with us that day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, everybody toured. Those guys toured up. We had such a good time.
I think Gordy was playing drums
Was
on
it
one.
Gordy?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
my goodness. I'm like, oh. And I took a break for a while. Because I was working so much. At the time I was emergency room nurse, and you're working weekends, you're working holidays, and you just don't, you know, I didn't want to, you know, book gigs, and it's like, oh, guys, I got to work, that kind of thing. So, and I was getting ready to sell my house and move. So there was just so much going on that I took a break from music for a while, and all it takes is showing up to a jam session. It's like, where you been at? Come on, you got to sing with us. It's like, okay, then I'm back.
Yeah.
So, but it's been fun. I learned so much. The musicians in Lancaster County are, without them, you know, I, they've helped me grow as a musician. At one point I was afraid to get up in front of a crowd and sing, and the more you do it, the more you just become more and more comfortable, and you find your home somewhere. So,
Well, glad you found your home here.
Yeah, we loved having you at the jams and the picnic.
oh, I know that.
Our picnic
Oh,
is really a very special event. So you need to
yeah.
come, whether you're performing or not. Come, and if you come, we'll get you up to sing. I guarantee you.
I mean, the food alone is that was. I brought my grandkids, and it was the first time they've got to listen to, other than hearing me sing, hearing live blues. So it was nice for them.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, do you have any song you want to
To
finish
close,
up with, or you pretty much?
I'm trying to think what kind of tune um to do. I'm I'm like
It could be. It doesn't have to be one you think of as blues. Just we love to hear you sing anything.
Yeah,
I
Well,
know
people
you're.
get ready would be a good choice, Rod.
people get ready. Okay, people get
Yeah.
ready.
Have
Uh,
you heard Eva Cassidy's version of that?
I sing Eva Cassidy's version.
Okay.
I love. I yeah. I do
I
sing
love
that.
her too. She's
Oh
wonderful.
my
Was.
goodness.
She's gone
Yeah.
now. It's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah. But at least she did what she wanted to do, and you can't fault her for that. I mean, she was just a tremendous singer. So, okay, people get ready. One of my favorite tunes. People get ready. There's a train a coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels a humming. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Yeah, oh yeah. People get ready for the train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board on. There's room for all of the love and loss for you. Yeah. Now there ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who's hard on mankind just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances are dimmer, 'cause there's no hiding place from the King of the Soul. Oh, people get ready, there's a train coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear these souls a humming. You don't need no ticket, you just think, oh, oh. You don't need no ticket, just be thankful.
Oh my.
Well, that was probably the best present you could have given Gary,
Oh my
a
goodness.
Rocky. So you
Yeah,
remember,
it's my birthday today.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
thank you.
goodness.
and
Oh my.
remember
Okay.
what we,
Yeah.
yeah, we
Okay.
have a little
This is for
plan here.
you. This is for you, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gary. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, that was a nice surprise. Thank you.
Yeah, we usually get a little bit up our sleeve, Oh my
So
goodness.
that was the Marilyn Monroe version of Happy Birthday that was sung to John
Oh,
F. Kennedy.
Oh,
I'm too old
yeah.
for that kind of thing.
Never too old.
Oh, yeah. People ask me, I'm like, what version do you want?
She said the Marilyn Monroe version.
The Marilyn Monroe version.
So she sang
Okay.
to Kennedy, that one.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
President. Yeah, I
No,
remember that.
no.
That
So
was
Rose, it's been so great
Thank
talking with you,
you.
and one of the things that is just kind of fortuitous is that you have been talking about just like how important the blues education is, and how our children should be getting blues education. The American art form. And so we're really fortunate that the next person we have up is Taz Crew, who's going to talk about blues education. So thank you so much, and hopefully you can stay on with us for a while, and we'll get a chance to talk some more after this. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you.